Hello and welcome to the G27 Road Warrior with me, Movie Scout 007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a Logitech G27 Gaming Wheel. Now, the more eagle-eyed of you, or eagle-eared of you, may have noticed something different. The eagle-eyed of you may notice that this game looks a teensy bit more, I don't know, pretty. And the eagle-eared of you may have noticed that I didn't say on my crappy laptop. This is because I have completed the build of my Uber gaming rig. I have installed Euro Truck Simulator 2 on my gaming rig. I've downloaded the drivers for my Logitech G27 Gaming Wheel, and hopefully this game will work the way it's supposed to. Obviously, this is the first time I've driven with my gaming wheel in this game since I built the new computer. I've done a journey, in fact I've done a couple of journeys on a keyboard in a test profile, and I can tell you this looks so much more beautiful than it ever did before. We're getting so close to my perfect rig, the perfect way of playing this game. I just got a couple more things, so let's go into the menu. Now this now has the newest version of the SCS files, so I think it's SCS version 1.21.1.4, which is the newest version. It has ProMods 1.98. I think it has Poland rebuilding at the same level, and I think it's 1.96. 1.62 for the Rust map. So the world map, if we go to the map, should be very beautiful. It should. It's not. Yes, and there we go. So the world map's got quite a lot of Russia in it, which is good. All out those parts of Finland that I've explored. It's got the extra roads for Poland, which are all part of Poland rebuilding. So yes, we're looking excitingly. We're looking at a much improved map. Obviously, we haven't really gone into very much of Italy yet. You will notice actually the map. There's a bit of an issue with the map. You can see it right here. I don't know whether it's the order of the maps. I might have to fiddle around with the order that I install the maps, but you can see that the map doesn't actually quite sit on the roads don't sit on the map. I'm not quite sure what that is, but yes, this part of Italy should actually be here, and you can see the spine of the United Kingdom. It's not in the right place, but that's a minor issue, which is probably going to be down to the way I think I've got the ProMods and the Rust map def files in the wrong order. I think the def files for Rust map have to come have to be installed before the ones for ProMods. But we'll see. We'll see. There's bound to be some kind of thing on one of the forums to help with that. I have downloaded all new versions, and interestingly enough, for the first time ever, the game hasn't turfed me back to London, which is my home base, which is an interesting new wrinkle. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick a job. In fact, no, what are we going to do? What do we do? How are we for sleep, actually? Just out of interest. Let's go inside our cab. Oh, we need some rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some rest and recuperation. You can see that that's available just to the left. We'll get some rest and recoup, and then what we'll do is we'll get ourselves a new job. Now, I've got cables lying everywhere at the moment. Let's get some of that stuff out of the way. Okay. Unfortunately, my mouse, it has to be cabled in because it's charging. I've got a wireless mouse, but it's charging at the moment, which means that it's vulnerable to movement because unfortunately the mouse is also a way of looking around. So what we're going to do, got parking brake engaged. Now, because this is newly installed, it may be a case that my steering is a little bit too sensitive. Let's look at the map. Let's look at the local part of the map again. Okay. Can we go in? We can. It's a long way round. It's an awkwardly long way round. Okay. I don't know what to do. Okay. So I've got all my button controls, so... Oh dear. I have inverted my controls. Okay, now that I can't live with. Let's go to options in the keyboard. I've somehow got my indicators shifted. So, and right. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's drive. Yep, I got them the right way around now. Right, let's look, see what we've got. I've got anything coming this way, so I'm going to pull forward and then hope someone lets me out. Let's see if this will work. Come on, someone let me out. That Mini's a dick. The guy in that Mini is a douchebag. Is no one gonna let me out? Really? Really? Everyone, no one is letting me out. Okay. That's pretty douchey. That's quite annoying. Come on, someone let me out. Hey. Trouble is, every time there's a gap, you can see there's a gap behind this white car. But pretty sure that by the time... There we go. Right. There we go. We got out. And thankfully we don't have a trailer to worry about. So, actually steering seems okay. We'll see when we get on the open road. whether it's too sensitive or not. Okay, and we're going to turn right here. We don't want a man truck, but we do want to repair, rest and recuperate. That was a bit... Okay, it is a little bit sensitive, but I can probably live with this. Right, let's repair, service, and what have we got? £156 for 0% on the engine, £50 for 0% on the transmission, £135 for £135 for 0% on the chassis, £269 for 0% on the cabin, and £158 for 2% on the wheel, giving us a total of £769. That's pretty good. Right, okay, let's okay, I need to okay, let's go and poke it in a rest spot, if there is one. Yep, there's one. Okay, stop the engine and let's get some rest. And some more rest, and then finally some last rest. Okay, so we got some income. Some of our drivers are actually starting to pull in the bid bucks. Right, first things first. Let's get ourselves a job. So, job market, freight market, and let's remind the game that we are in. Where are we? We're in Caen, which is, according to this map, is in the middle of the ocean. Okay, that's okay. So the big job that we've got is in Debrecen, which hang on, which is in Hungary. Which, according to this, is okay. This is just wildly hilarious. Okay, £50,642. It's not a particularly edifying cargo, but we really haven't got a great deal of choice. But it is a nice long journey. Oh, hang on. You know what we didn't do? What we didn't do is we didn't get our traditional snapshot. And we can't, unfortunately. It's bizarre. But, yeah. It's not going to be particularly... Oh, hang on. Tracks. Oh. No, that's not where we are. So, that's that done. Right. Okay. Drive. So let's go and pick up our load. Oh, look how beautiful the dashboard is. You can actually read the speedometer. Oh, someone missed out on cash. You can see the petrol gauge, so we're not too badly off for petrol. So let's just double check. There's nothing coming that way. And we can probably sneak in. We want to be in the inside lane, so just double check there's nothing on that inside lane. Right. Oh, the cars look prettier. One thing I did notice is that the street signs are now readable, which is amazing. The map's not improved any, but the map never was going to. It's a very low res. I mean, it's just essentially blocks of colour. It's not likely to get better, but it was just anything that... it's just absolutely lovely that the dashboard works. Ooh, my driving still doesn't work though. And I think this is pretty much Yeah, this is where we dropped off our load because I recognised the Elf logo. So where is our load? Nope, it's not here. Did we make an error? Let's look at the... frame market. Okay. Let's go to this, escape from that. Let's go to the map. And this is where our load's supposed to be, so I don't, confused. Where is our load? Yeah, oh, we've got lights on which we don't need. Is it behind? Oh, do you know what I didn't do? This is a measure of how stupid I am. This is also how long it's been since I've played this game. I completely forgot that you've got to do this, and then enter, and then take the job, and then you can see your load, which I'm pretty sure is now the thing that I was parked next to. And there it is, yeah, well, exactly what I was parked next to. So this is going to be quite entertaining. A much prettier game, but my driving style is significantly less pretty. Alright, let's hook that bad boy up and let's go. So we are in the right split for me. Oh, sorry, wrong direction. Let's, oh, this is horrible. Right, I can get away with being in this one. I don't need that anymore. But am I going to clip? Am I? Am I going to clip that barrier? Please, no. Just... I think I probably scraped it. That wasn't good. So the one, there's a couple of things. At the moment, I'm recording this through the AVerMedia HD Gamer 2 by plugging a HDMI cable into the back of my computer, then into the back of the Live Gamer 2, and then into the back of the television, because I'm using my big 50-inch television, which is fine, it's lovely, it's fantastic. That's not going to be my future, though, because the telly is going to remain downstairs when we move into our new house, and then the gaming rig is going to be upstairs in the third bedroom, which is now going to become our little office. So there's going to need to be a game capture device inside the PC. So I'm going to have a AVerMedia again, but it's going to be Live Gamer. I think it's called Live Gamer HD. It should also allow me to stream, so I might be able to start Twitch streaming. I don't know whether I'm going to do that or not. I quite like the solitude of the open road, chatting to myself and ostensibly to you guys, but not yeah. So, oh crikey, wait, yeah, it's a little bit twitchy. It's a little bit twitchy. Oh, but it looks so much more beautiful. You're going to see road signs, you're going to see vegetation, you're going to see things won't pop up suddenly. The draw distances, I've got all the settings on the highest possible. Some settings are called ultra, some only go as high as high. Oh, it's just remarkable. There we go. Right, I'm going to let that guy go by. There's no choice there. Right, so There we go. No fee. Interesting. What I want now is for someone to not crash into me. I don't know whether that's something that they fixed, either ASUS or ProMods fixed, but I hope it is. Yeah, we are a little twitchy. You can see it's moving a little bit too much. And I'm in 12th. Isn't that wonderful? Right, some more income. So we're up to 286,000. Oh god, I am very twitchy, and as a result, I'm quite nervous for things like bollards at the side of the road. I've had to reconfigure a whole bunch of stuff so that it matches the laptop that I was playing on. And I wonder, yep, that button works. That works. Whoa, easy. And that works. So we should take 30 hours and 16 minutes to do this in game time. We've got 53 hours and 9 minutes in which to get it done, and we have to rest in about 10 hours. So we're an hour into our current sesh. So we're going to need 2 rest sessions. We've got approximately the right amount of rest time, and I've just realised I don't have any water, and I'm going to be talking for quite some time. Quite some time. So, couple of things I'm going to have to upgrade. I've already mentioned the graphics. The game capture. Obviously, I'm going to start recording these in a setup that's more set up for this. At the moment, I have to sort of move a lot of furniture around to get this done. I have a gaming, a wheel stand, which will remain downstairs, but it will remain downstairs for my PlayStation. That's the reason I need the separate capture. I don't want to be dragging a capture box up and down, as such, the game capture device, which is more suitable for the PlayStation, is going to stay downstairs. The game capture card, which is going to be installed in the computer, is going to be in the computer upstairs. I'm going to have my G27, which is perfect for my PC, upstairs, which I will attach to the desk. And the PlayStation will get a G29. Then I will acquire the device that allows you to move your hair, Track IR. And then that will mean I don't need that mirror blocking up that huge section of my windscreen, and it'll mean I can drive the way a person drives, which means you sort of look into the steering when you're going around a corner. It also means that you can look around you, so you can look at threats coming from left or right. I should be able to use the mirror, which is obscured, the in-game mirror, which is obscured by the virtual mirror, which allows me to see the front of the vehicle, so I can see how close I'm getting to, say, a wall or a car or any other obstacle that I might be parking near to. Yeah, this is way too twitchy. Oh, more income from Karen. 4,500. This is what happens when I look at the screen. This is going to be my nightmare if I ever start Twitch streaming, is that I can't look away from the screen without staring into stuff. So, oh look, 5,000, nearly 6,000 from Eva, which is excellent. Oh, look at the vegetation. You see stuff just doesn't vanish, just doesn't drop, until the last minute. Stuff drops out at the last minute, so that you can redraw something else. But Yeah, the draw distance is significantly higher than it was, which is just... yes! Everything just looks tiny bit prettier. Like I said, I can read the dashboard. The cars, like that Seat Toledo, looks like a Seat Toledo. That Mini Cooper looks like a Mini Cooper. I think it's a Focus that's just, yeah, well, it's supposed to be a Focus. I think they're slightly off. There are slight alterations. That's supposed to be a Transit. It's an old Transit, mind you. The new Transits have got the lights much higher. Volvo, another Seat. So it's cool. The road signs are readable. Region Île-de-France, that's completely readable. And we can map on another. I can see stuff happening much sooner now, which is fabulous. It's not going to happen. Okay, I'll stay in this lane. Okay, I need to sort of learn to get into that lane quicker, because I do want to be in that lane. Alright, £31 paid. Lovely. This is the worrying bit. Am I going to be collided with by someone trying to join this lane? Nope, I'm alright. Because this goes from... oh, that's sad. I'm just spotting all that stuff. So, I mean, yeah, the draw distance is still quite short comparatively. That's sad. In spite of the fact that this is an amazing computer and it can do all of that stuff without question much sooner. Never mind. Pretty sure my laptop would have probably popped them up now. That does kind of take the glove. You can see the road signs. They're readable from so much earlier, from such English. Come on, from a greater distance. And we're off. So I recorded sort of little bits, video snippets while I was building. I mean, obviously I've only got one pair of hands and my recording device was an iPhone, so unfortunately the audio quality is not particularly good because it was a 9-hour build. Well, it was probably a 7-hour build with a 2-hour break for dinner. Because it was a 7-hour build, I had to have the iPhone plugged in, and so unfortunately what I didn't do, what I should have done is I should have got the earpiece and the microphone, which would have been a better recording solution, because every time I touched or moved the phone, I made rattling and banging and squeaking and rubbing noises with my fingers all over the case of the thing of the phone as I was manhandling it to get it into the position to view the inside of the computer or components in the computer. So unfortunately the audio quality of my computer build is not the best, but it's been documented. You can see the process of me unpacking, sort of laying out the components, demonstrating, showing where the components are going to go, and then what they look like when they're fitted. There's very little actual fitting of components because I needed 2 hands to fit most of the components, and I don't have a setup in this house for doing that. So got to learn to be a bit more cautious. I'm a bit rash with the speed, which is probably So we're leaving Paris. So we went around the outskirts of Paris. Got the buildings have got something. The detail's greater. I think it might be in my imagination, but it just looks like the detail's better. There are flowers instead of just brush or a vague green shape. It looks less like the original Doom and more like a modern open world game. I will never forget that game. I'll never forget how that this game played on a laptop that it had no earthly right to play on, and it gave me a tremendous amount of joy for, I'm going to say, 7 or 8 months while I waited in New Zealand while I had nothing else to do. It was amazing fun. Oh, Dan A has earned me £583. Go Dan. We're up to £305,000. Okay, so we're in a position now, I think, where we can buy a garage at our next destination. I'm going to go out because those are slow. You can hear the limiter kicking in. We're in 12th gear, and you can hear the limiter kicking in, which is interesting. It's what would happen in a real truck. So yes, this beast. I don't know whether I did list what I was intending to buy, and when I bought my first lot of components, I think I listed that. But I think I've been a little bit busy. We're in the process of buying a house. We've exchanged contracts. We've just got to complete in a couple of weeks, and so I've had a lot on my plate, and I am 6 months into a new job as well. So, but I've got a day off today. The wife is not around to nag me to do stuff, which needs to be done. I'm not, so I thought I'd take a few hours out, get this all configured and working, and then do a journey, which is what I've been wanting to do for a while on my new rig. So the complete setup for this, it's a Corsair 780T case. Obviously, you know that if you've watched a previous video, you'll know that I got an Intel Skylake 6700K i7 CPU, and I got a Z170 Deluxe motherboard, and a Corsair H110i GT CPU cooler, a sealed water cooling unit. I got an ASUS Strix GeForce 980 GTX 980 Ti graphics card, which is what's giving you the beautiful images. So I think it's time for the lights to go on. We went down the high beams thing. Everything is loaded onto a Samsung 850 EVO 1TB solid state hard drive. It's Windows 10. I was going to stick with Windows 7, but sod it. Windows 10. It came on a USB stick. It was only a couple of quid dearer than Windows 7. I'm going to have to go to 10 ultimately, because I don't want to pay for 10 in the end, and I don't want to be too iterations behind because they stop supporting the stuff eventually, and I'd rather have I'd rather be 2 years later in the cycle, 2 iterations later in the cycle, sorry. And at this point Windows 7 is what, 5-6 year old, so yeah. So yes, so that's that. I went for some Corsair Vengeance 8 gig, 2 sticks of 8 gig RAM. I will up that to another 2 sticks, and that's another part of my upgrade plan. A further part of my upgrade plan is to SLI another ASUS Strix graphics card in, so that I'm running 2 graphics cards in tandem. And also, oops, I think I smacked into the barrier. I'm also using a 1000 watt RM1000i power supply from Corsair. So this is essentially an ASUS and Corsair rig. I think the only non-ASUS or Corsair bits the Samsung solid state hard drive. I think everything is either ASUS or Corsair. The case is Corsair. The power supply is Corsair. The water cooling unit's Corsair, and the RAM is Corsair, and ASUS the motherboard, and the graphics card. So it's very pretty. The Corsair, the water cooler unit has a pump that sits directly over a copper plate which sits directly over the CPU. Oh, Intel is the other thing. Intel the chip. Duh. Intel is the other component that's not either Corsair or ASUS. I can't believe I forgot that. This is probably the most important part of the... I mean, they don't work without each other, but you can't run a computer without whoa, easy. You can't run a computer without a CPU, but you can run it without a graphics card. Oh, I got a speeding offence. Yeah, well. So we're in this, I think we're smacking Ream. So we're now heading east. We're heading in towards the going east package. We'll have to go through Germany first, obviously. We'll have to go through a crap ton of Germany. Yeah, the road signs look so much... the road signs look so much more pretty and readable. You can actually read them. It's almost miraculous. Now I've set the graphics settings on this to as high as possible. So yeah, it still looks a bit like the old game. It just there's little subtle differences. Like I said, like the interior of the truck is the dashboard's readable for a start. So certain things are just a little bit smoother and nicer. The graphic of that spinning euro coin is just a little bit cleaner and smoother. The interior is just that little bit cleaner and smoother. I might whack some ultra stuff down to high to see if that improves the draw distance. It might be the cause of some stuttering, I don't know. I noticed when we passed the truck before we reached that toll booth, I noticed the truck stuttered, and I wonder whether that's, we'll see. But this is my gaming rig probably for the next 5 years. I will update some stuff. As I said, there will be 2 extra sticks of RAM. There will be an extra graphics card. The game capture card will be inside the computer. I haven't got an optical drive on it at the moment. Everything's been downloaded. Windows came on a USB. All the other software's downloaded later. Almost all my games now are Steam based, but I am looking at a stockpile of games that I stopped playing when the graphics in my last computer died in 2006. Christmas 2005, my computer died. The graphics card died. It still went strong until the early part of 2010, and then it blue screened. It wouldn't switch on. It just blue screened all the time. And the wife had a laptop, so it just became an exercise in why bother. So we took the laptop with us to New Zealand, so that was cool. And that was fine. So, 2 hands on my wheel, approaching another toll booth, and we are halfway down our fuel load, halfway up our sleep deprivation monitor. So the Eurocoin, I think it just looks a little bit smoother. That van just looks a little bit nicer. It's got reflections on it. I can see the indications and the brakes much more clearly than I could before. Which is remarkable. Ooh, a little bit close to that car. Still no damage to our vehicle, which, given my distraction and my weaving, is a bit remarkable. We have 47 3/4 hours left to deliver. 4 3/4 hours until we have to get some rest. Got about 23 hours left in our estimated journey. We're going to add another 20, so we'll have 45. $47. So yeah, we've got 2 hours to spare with 2 rest periods. We should be okay. So yeah, press the map button, the GPS button. I've got 3 menu. The little GPS screen, I've got 3 buttons mapped for functions on it. 1 button for this view, 1 button for this view, and 1 button for this view. I mapped that one because I found I was doing more damage to my vehicle going to the keyboard to press F7 to see the damage. So it just made sense to map it to a button that I wasn't going to use, which was the horn. So I've also got the wiper button mapped to the steering wheel, and I've got the main beam and the high beams mapped to the wheel. So those are the 6 buttons mapped to the wheel. Then I've got the engine, the parking brake, the trailer, hook and unhook, and mapped to the diamond array of buttons on the top of the G27. Whoa, God, I'm weaving everywhere. I think I've got I've got a spare button. That is interesting. I have got the 4 red buttons, 3 of them are mapped. I've got the I've got 2 map functions, one main menu function, 1 world map function. I've got a spare one for the splitter, so that I get the right split, and I've got one for the enter, and then the D-pad is left and right, look forward and look behind. That's quite a good view. Yeah, that graphic's not quite sharp enough for my liking in that view. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much. Maybe I don't need the high beam with this computer because the settings are quite good. I can see stuff in a way that I couldn't. The computer's giving me more detail in the dark than it could. Oh crap, I've just missed an exit. Oh god. That's helpful. See if it gives me an alternate route, or am I just screwed? No, it's given me an alternate route. It's given me an alternate route. It'd be interesting to see whether I had been down that road or not. Look at that bridge, way up high. I wonder if you can actually drive across that. Got a feeling you can't, because I can't see the road crossing. I could see vehicles from much further back in my rearview mirror. Oops, 6,500 from Matthias B. You can see all the yellow lights in my rearview mirror, so I know stuff's coming up. Another thing I've noticed is that the reflection on the road is much better, more accurate. And I've still got 3 hours until I need to rest. I should be okay. Oops. I am getting a bit of a sore throat though, I should say. So yes. So I'm a little subdued and confused because at the weekend, what should have been a fabulous weekend, has turned into a bit of a nightmare. Now this video is going to go up quite some time after I recorded it because I've got a lot of videos in front of it. But the weekend, this is Monday after the horrible bombings and shootings in Paris by a bunch of misguided morons doing it in the name of a religion that a lot of Muslims are claiming they're not representing. And to be honest, I'm less interested in talking about the religious aspect of this than I am about the pointless waste of life. 129 people, the last time I heard, died. 350 injured. 90 odd of them, 99 I think of them, critically injured. So the death toll may continue to go up. For an idea. These people were killed for an idea. Nobody should be killed for an idea. But we've lost at least 129 people to this world, and who knows what those people might have done. For a start, there was an apparently talented pianist, so we've lost some music. At the very least, we've lost some great musical performances. But but more than that, people have lost daughters and sons, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles, grandparents, for an idea. Do you know, I was going to talk about this much more, but I don't want to. I can't bring myself to talk about it. I'm getting angry just thinking about it. Never mind talking about it. I'm getting angry thinking about it. These people decided that this was what they wanted to do with their lives. And the most horrifying example, there was an international match going on between Germany and France, and they tried to get into the stadium to kill lots of people in there. But the most successful, if you want to call it a successful group, were they went to a theatre where an American death metal band were playing. And that's where the bulk of the casualties, the largest number of people were killed. They went to watch some music on a Friday night, and they never went home. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Alright, I'm going to change the subject because I can't talk about this a minute longer. It's yeah, no, I'm I'm going to try and lighten the mood here a little bit. So, So, oh God, back on the road. So I've got this new rig, and I've got a load of games that I've been waiting to play. I've been waiting to play Civilization 5. I've been waiting to play Star Trek Online. Trouble is, I think with Star Trek Online, I've been waiting so long that the game no longer looks as good as it did when I first started drooling over it. So, but I'm going to persevere. If you didn't realise from the fact that I'm recording myself driving a virtual truck for at least a couple of 100 hours, then I'm going to have to tell you I'm a nerd. So, and I love Star Trek, I love Star Wars, so I'm deeply anticipating the new Star Wars movie which comes out in December, which may already be out by the time that this video goes up. What I might do is I might play catch up with my videos. I can sort of do that in that the wife goes out to play netball on a Monday and a Tuesday night, and so Monday and a Tuesday night I can pick one of those 2 nights, and I can, provided I get home from work on time, I can record a journey once a week, which is my plan, is to put one of these up once a week. But I think I might have to play a little bit of catch up. I might have to start putting these up one at a time. Now, I know at the moment, as of recording, I still haven't put anything up after Journey 8. So I am way behind. Alright. So I'm gonna have to find a rest spot soon because I've got about an hour. Oh, the road signs just look beautiful. They're readable for a start. Nearly screwed that up. Yes, what else? Banished, I haven't looked at yet. I played that quite a bit on the laptop and it was okay. And the other one, Democracy, looks fantastic. My big problem is at the moment I am having to play all of these games on a square monitor. So that is going to be my other major upgrade, is to get a nice big fat G-Sync. Yeah, I know I'm getting tired, but you know, sticking a great big map in front, a bit of text in front of me, preventing me from seeing the map, doesn't help me find the location, does it? Hey? What was I going to say? Yeah, so a nice big, huge G-Sync monitor is what I'm looking at. A monitor that, where the graphics card dictates when the information... So the monitor and the graphics card talk to each other, and they dictate to each other when information gets sent, so that certain anomalies, like tearing and so forth, are no longer an issue, because the graphics card and the monitor are talking to one another. Oops, some more money. 2,352 from Alvin Ch. So I've got less than 25. We got about 25 minutes, less than half an hour to find a rest spot. That's fine with me. I know. Oh, hello. I've noticed actually one of the SCS upgrades was to the rain. They have light rain and heavy rain, and as a result they've changed the wiper settings so that you press the wiper button once and you get intermittent, which is what I'm using at the moment. You press it twice and you get furious. Which is fantastic. We are so far away from a rest spot, it's not even funny. Oops. There is one coming up. The thing is, this view, that larger view, doesn't show the smaller rest spots, which we can use. Now that said, we're not going to get access to a small rest spot anytime soon, because we're on a big motorway. The other problem with getting tired is that no matter how much you hold the steering wheel, the game determines that in your sleep you have no longer got control of the wheel, and so it steers you into the nearest obstacle, bit of traffic, whatever. I think we will put our wipers on permanent. Yeah. So it's not furious, it's just continuous. You've got intermittent and continuous. So let's shorten the distance by cutting the apexes. We're now at 0, so we're now at the point where they could start blacking us out. So what will happen is, in addition to the noises that you're hearing, our vision will start to experience what the tunnel, where it blacks from the outside edge of the screen to the center, which I think you've probably seen dozens of times in my videos if you've watched them all up to now. One of the other side benefits of having a much better computer with a graphics card and a better CPU is that my videos take so much less time to process. I don't know whether they take less time to upload to YouTube, but they do take a significantly smaller time to process. There we go. We've had our fence, but we've got a rest stop coming up, which I can't bloody get to. Crap, it's the other side of the road. Oh, 700 meters. We get one in 700 meters, that's good. So I'm going to stay this side of the road, and we'll go to it in 700 meters. We've had our fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. So, yeah, we started under 200,000 before this journey. We're up to 327,000. So we started under 300,000. We're at 327. I remember noting when it was 305. What we'll do is we'll take on some fuel while we're at it. Alright, engine off, fuel in. Let's see how much fuel we can actually squeeze in. You can see the edges got dimmer there for a second. Wow, 893 litres, 865 pounds. I think that we can stop there. Yes, we can. So that's what we're going to do. Oh no. There we go. So engine off, and let's rest. Alright. Okay. We can turn off the wipers. It's daytime, we can turn off the lights as well. We're up to 332, so we went from 27 to 32, so that's an increase of £5,000. We did pay out a loan instalment, and at the beginning of the next video I'm going to have a quick look at that to see where we are, how many journeys we've got, how many days we've got left on our loan before we are loan free and we stop bleeding £5,000 a day. Obviously, I think what I might do, obviously you don't know that, what I might do is I might fill the blank spaces in my garage, because I've got 3 garages I think, and I think I've got one garage that's got nobody in it and one garage that's got one driver in it, I think. Oh, Lily, what are you doing? You're letting me down, Lily. £622. You're letting me down to the tune of £622. That is a pretty good representation of an Astra. A Vauxhall Astra that just whizzed by us. Now, it always looked like a Vauxhall Astra, it just looks a bit more like a Vauxhall Astra with these new graphics. Or maybe that's just my wishful thinking. Maybe that's maybe that's the thing I need to do side by side. Find a journey that I've done and then compare it side by side. But I tell you what, it does look better. It looks better than the journeys that I used to do, where I had an iPhone pointing at a laptop. Oh, crap. Luckily he hit my cab and not my load. That's me not concentrating. And of course I'm doing the wrong thing by driving away from an accident, which you should not do. You should always stop at the scene of an accident. A collision, sorry, not an accident. An accident implies no one's to blame. And there's almost always someone to blame in a road traffic collision. So we're not going to München. We're not going to Ausfahrt to München. And we're not going to Ausfahrt to München this time either. It's real sort of, if you look at my first video and this video, aside from my obvious driving limitations, this is just night and day different. And night and day, it's a different game. From if nothing, from a purely visual point of view and a performance point of view, there will be no stuttering in this of my game. I've noticed stuttering of a vehicle, just the one so far, thankfully. But other than that, sorry, my pedals moved. But other than that, nothing. No stuttering. I don't have to worry about the game sort of wobbling. I don't know about the frame rate. I'm not 100% sure whether the frame rate is better or not. I think it is, but it could just be wishful thinking. The brain does do that to you. One of the things that my brain was expecting is my brain was expecting this to look photorealistic, which intellectually I know is not possible because I've seen this on YouTube at this level of quality, so I knew what to expect. But my brain was like, you spent all of that money on this computer, it better look photorealistic. And then my brain sees it, says, that's not photorealistic. I'm calling BS on this. You've wasted your money. Which of course I haven't. I absolutely haven't. This is a computer that's going to last me for some time. So we'll see. It's quite funny. My wife was using the internet on our old laptop and I was doing stuff on this. I was installing things and editing videos on this last night, and it was quite amusing that suddenly we're not sort of arguing over the computer anymore. Okay. So I've got a feeling that I'm going to have to move over, which I'm doing now, because I've got a feeling the road splits. It might not, but nope, it did, it split. And it would have been another opportunity for me to collide with another car, or a concrete curbstone. So 13 hours of this journey left, according to our GPS. We still have 31 hours left to do it in, and we've got to sleep in 9 hours, so we've got bags of time to do this. Bags of time for this huge journey. This is one of the few sort of 30+ hour journeys where I'm not doing a huge chunk of it in on a boat. Ooh, don't know. Oh no. I was going to say I haven't driven up that rest stop, but I haven't driven up this road. So it'll do the roads before we do the rest stops, eh? We will do all of the roads. I think we've done a huge chunk of road. I mean, in this, we've done a large part of this map in only 40 journeys, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. 10 grand from Patricia Y. Patricia Y is starting to bring in the big bucks. So we're up to nearly £360,000. So we're at the point now where we can afford 2 garages. 2 small garages at 144. I'm sort of toying with the idea of doing another playthrough with a Mercedes, given that I kind of really like the new Mercedes, the Actros, the brand new sort of fully licensed Actros. You'll notice that the Mercedes vehicles have got their full licensed appearance, because obviously they got the license a couple of updates ago. So we're not ausfarting to Salzburg. Yeah, staying the course towards Hungary. I wonder if we go through Poland. We might have to go through Poland. I wonder. So yes, I am going to look at the install order to see whether the rest map def is having an impact on the ProMods or the game map itself. I think that might be the case. But what I'll do is I'll do that on my test profile, because I'm pretty sure my test profile is exactly the same. So what I'll do is I'll reorder the def, and what in fact I might do is I might put the def after the rest map stuff, before the Poland stuff. So you put it in the way that the new mod system works is before the most important stuff had to be. Everything was loaded alphabetically, so you labelled our stuff A to Z in order to get it to load in the right order. Now you load stuff from last to first, so the most important stuff gets put in last, and the order it sits in the mod manager is the order of importance. So the stuff that's most important is at the top because it loads last. It loads from bottom to top. So it's a slightly different way of doing it. A cleaner way of doing it as well. But yeah, when they change stuff, it does cause a tiny bit of confusion. And because I'm using 3 intertwined maps, I have to wait for all 3 of them to update before I can. Oh crap. Whoa, that was... Okay, I have no idea how I did that without smacking into a bunch. Oh no, I didn't. I did 2% of damage. I just didn't feel it. Oh, I've been on this part of the road before. I got a horrible feeling this damage was unnecessary, because I've got a feeling that two parts of the road join. They might not, but I got a feeling they do. And they do. Ugh, I could have avoided all that damage. That's annoying. That's truly bloody annoying. Well, this is a long journey. Was unlikely to get an excellent on this. I am doing a new bit of road. You can see the golden bit of road that I've already done. Pretty sure this is a new bit of road for me. Guessing that was to go up through Poland to get to Gdansk or Ghent. Yeah, this is a new bit of road for me. So we're going straight. We're not ausfarting to Linz and Pamphleon or Budweis. Home of Budweiser, I think, maybe, I don't know. Yes. I guess those road signs that light up to give you information when something's happening, like an accident or something. We have something similar in the UK, if that's what that is. Sky looks beautiful. The landscape looks beautiful. The trees look beautiful. They look 3D instead of flat. Stuff still pops in, like mountains miles away. That stuff still pops in, but you know. Maybe it won't when I get my twin SLI graphics cards. Maybe there'll be enough processing power for it. We shall see. Yes. Unfortunately, the models of the cars on the transporter aren't as good as the models of the cars that you see driving around. Or maybe it's just because when you're driving around, you don't get to see the cars at that height. You get to see them at that height, and so the model doesn't have to be quite that spectacularly good from sort of the waist of the door upwards, downwards, sorry. It just has to look good from the waist upwards, so you can see the interior and you can see the door panels and lights and so forth. Exterior details that aren't necessarily visible. 6 hours until we need a rest, so we're still good. I need to stop driving this like it's a race car. Ooh, Karen D's giving us some cash. So we're nearly at 380. Oh, I'm excited about getting to that first million. It's quite exciting. I've done it in a couple of profiles. I did it in the Keyboard Road Warrior. I've done it in a private profile that I use sort of just to muck around. So yes, when your bank balance starts to hit 1 million, you're at the stage where every journey you do is more valuable, and every journey... Oh, are you kidding me? You drove into me, douchebag? douchebag. Well, that's just annoying. Possibly should have seen it coming. This is where one of my improvements is going to come in. Is my ability to swing my head left and right. Still nothing coming that way. But a crap ton of stuff coming this way. Wow, this is tedious. Sorry about this. One thing that should do is it should wobble when something big like that goes past you. The amount of air that's being moved out of the way to make room for a coach or a truck would wobble the truck. It's even stationary truck. Jeez, no one's going to let me out. Well, that was a risk, but I think it was a risk worth taking. Otherwise I would have been stuck there all day, which is not very interesting video game footage to watch. There you go. So we're good. Yeah. Excuse me. I was going to try and record 2 journeys today, but I'm not entirely sure it's going to be possible. I have some stuff to do, some chores, because we've got people coming to look at this flat, so we kind of want to help our landlady out, because she's been quite good about letting us go. We had a contract which kind of ran up until the 20th of December, and she's going to let us go. I mean, it helps her, because I don't think it's very easy to get someone into a flat over Christmas. But, you never know. But it's been a bit erratic. We've had potentially 20 people coming to look at the flat, but we've only actually had 2 people in and out, which has been weird as hell. Because this is a good location. It's a good flat. That's why we picked it. But yeah, weird. But there you go. So yes, there's going to be a visitor later on today, and I kind of want to make sure that all of our undies are hidden, and that the washing up is done, and the place is vacuumed and tidy. Way easy. Oh, damn it. Yep, rubbing up against the side of the road's not a good plan. So 7.5 hours of journey time left. Oh geez, another one. Excellent. Cripes. Excellent. Not stuck like the last time. That might have been. They might have been a bit wary of the psychopath pushing his way across the road. Not my finest hour. Not my worst push by any measure, but not my finest hour. Gosh, I needed a little bit of a laugh. It's been a bit of a downer of a weekend. And by downer, I mean, yeah. The world just got a little sadder. And people across the English Channel just got a little bit unhappier, a little bit less secure, a little more uncomfortable because of an idea. But there you go. Interesting. Interesting choice of speed. Alrighty. I think the very next rest stop I see I'm going to pull in, regardless of the fact that I've still got just 4 hours. I've only got 7 hours of this journey left before we get there. It's become, what is it? Yeah. At the moment the ETA is 2:30 in the morning, which is just far too dark. I prefer to do these things in the daylight. And so, yeah, here we go. 200 meters to a rest stop. That will do for I. Don't need fuel, we'll just go straight to the resting. Alright, engine off. Rest. 4 in the morning, that's fine. They're gonna let me out? Yeah, they're gonna let me out. Oh, I could have rested there. That would have been easier, somewhat, to escape from. There's a bit more of a road. Okay, 6.5 hours of this journey left. It's gone so quickly. Oh. Does help to have your lights on. That might explain why people were a bit confused. It certainly explained why I couldn't see my dashboard properly. Excuse me. Isn't it ridiculous? You don't see a rest stop for ages, and then suddenly 2 come along at once. Yeah, the road is not, the map's not any easier to read. Pretty sure that says M15. Could say MI5. Might be the new location for the new MI5 building. but I think it's M15, meaning the 15th motorway in whatever country we're in now. I think we might be in Hungary now, because I'm seeing signs for Budapest, Pexvia. So let's go over, because I'm pretty sure the road's going to split in two, and I want to be heading towards Budapest, apparently. I've been to Budapest in real life. It's two towns that straddle the River Danube, sorry. One's called Buda and one's called Pest. And then they became one town, Budapest. Which makes more sense than Pest Buda. But it's an interesting city, it's a beautiful city. It's a little sort of run down in some areas. Some of the older buildings need tarting up. But I went there I'm gonna say I went there in 2010 or 11, maybe 12. I'm not 100% certain. And then I went to, that was on a stag do for a very good friend. And I've been on another, it's one of two stag do's I've been on that were in foreign countries. The other was in Brussels, in Belgium. So that's that. But yeah, Budapest was quite nice, I enjoyed it. A speeding offence. I'm probably trickling over, yeah, I think it's 50, I was doing 58. That's fine. I can cope with speeding offences, they don't affect my income. Damage offences affect my income, because it's a lot of money you lose. Why are we travelling around so slow? Look at the lighting effects, isn't that beautiful? I don't think you get that. I don't think I would get that on my laptop. That's amazing. That was truly amazing. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And there it is again. That's amazing. Wow. That's cool. So yes, oh crikey, I've just noticed I'm in 10th gear and I could be in 12th. This is the impatience in me. But I managed to get away with it. That was some super cool illegal driving that I would not encourage you to do. Because the risks, in real life, the risks far outweigh the supposed benefits. But I have got my pedal to the metal. And I'm ready to go. God, this would be so dangerous in real life. So colossally dangerous. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Because I'm right up his jacksie. Of course, now he's going to speed away from me. Oh, jeez, are you kidding me? Ah, my pedal's moved. My pedal's just moved. That's annoying. Oh, and of course, as I've just come out of that lane, I need to bloody get into it. Oh, I got away with that. God. Damage is just going up and up. Yeah, going across that grass didn't help me either. Oh, I'm tired. I think that's what it is. I'm tired. And I'm very hungry. And I need some water for my throat, because my throat's quite sore. Thank you, guys. So quite near our destination. Oh, more income. Nearly £2,000. So I'm getting quite close to being able to buy a garage at every destination. 144,000. I started this journey at I want to say 297. I've got 392 now. This is a £50,000 job, although I'll probably lose about 4 or 5 grand because I've done 5% damage, which might well be 6 or 7 by the time I get to the depot. So I'm getting quite close to being able to close to being able to buy a garage every time I stop somewhere. Which is good. Just good news. It's certainly good news when it comes to sort of mopping up the locations I haven't been to, because then I think the last video I do will be me fast travelling to all the bits of road that I haven't covered. So yeah, there is an end to this, although I will periodically revisit every time a new town's been added. What I'll do is I'll try and pick a destination, pick a start point that gets me to that destination. So the last videos will be quite short. What I might do is I might do a video of each of the towns. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Oh crap, I collected the back of that Volvo. Yes, I might do a video of each of the towns, sort of just driving a loop around each of the towns so that you can see the various places. That might be an interesting idea. We'll do it by country and then... yeah. Gosh, this is all quite slow. lot of windmills around. I've noticed this. The map designers are very fond of windmills. These sort of free energy windmills. Sorry, I just keep going quiet because I haven't really got a topic for this video. It's quite a long video. The topic that I was going to talk about I couldn't. I don't want to. It's just too emotive, and I keep getting caught out by the game. You know, every time I think, well, is it really an improvement? I'll spot something. I keep seeing the flowers, which is something you don't see in the lower spec versions of the game. Like, those sunflowers are incredible. I don't know what you would get. Maybe you would get sunflowers, but they won't look nearly as good, I don't think. God, a person in this car in front is incredibly slow. Incredibly slow. I think we just got about £2,000. Yeah, there we go. As long as we're not holding anyone up, that's fine. I wonder what those big blue balls are. Storage units of some kind? Pylons of some kind? I'm not 100% certain. So we're very close. We're certainly in Hungary, that's for sure. We have to be. If we're only, what, an hour and 50 minutes away from the destination. So, we still got 12 hours and 20 minutes to do it. Have to rest for another 60 minutes, so it's a laugh. And our brilliant, beautiful Union flag truck is carving its way through Europe. I wonder what they are. I wonder if they're gas. I wonder if they're gas storage. Oh, there's a balloon on the sky and a load of birds directly up. Yeah, this is beautiful. I love the fact that the steering wheel no longer is this seesaw of jagged edges. You can still tell that it's not 100% circular, but can't overtake now. I think I'm going to have to get in that left-hand lane anyway, though, because I don't want to be peeling off to the right. So we're going to Debrecen, not Kiilstofte. And that was a judicious move, because we are indeed being split in two. Yes, well, this has been what should have been an incredibly jubilant video because of the new computer. And the fact that the game works and that my save games transferred successfully over has somewhat been marred by events in the real world. Events in the real world which just bang home how terrible people, how terrible human beings can be, how horrible humans are, how we really need to grow up as a species. How childlike the ideas and opinions of certain parts of this world are. But there's not really a great deal we can do about it. Except to acknowledge that this is the case and not let it affect us, which I'm obviously, as you can tell, having a bit of a struggle with at the moment. There's another example of how this isn't perfect. The barriers there are not curved as they would be in the real world. I think that is a giant landmark from Debrecen. Some kind of tower, maybe a communications tower. Well, this just got very expensive. Yep. I think I just went from good work to tolerable. Satisfactory, probably. My heart is heavy. Not for the game, just... It's just a game after all. So I'm going to quickly look at the map. There is a discoverable, and I think we're going to turn left and then just carry on. Oh, hello. Alright, we're going to carry on and go to the discoverable, see if it's a recruitment agency. It's quite funny, isn't it? Earlier, maybe 10 videos ago, all I was looking for was dealerships, and now dealerships are irrelevant. All I'm looking for is recruitment agencies. And it's a recruitment agency, yes. More drivers. This is going to be quite a winding route because I'm going under a road. Excellent, it's found a way for me. This is good news. Dive bomb it. Don't think I can dive bomb this one. I think going that way. I think that's the back of the depot that we're about to go into. Right. This looks familiar. Oh, crap. Okay. This is going to be awkward. But we're going to try. Oh. Going to try harder than that. That's close, that's close. Let's pull it forward, straighten it up a little bit. And let's nearly. Nearly. That's okay. There we go, we're in. Right, so parking brake on, engine off. Let's dump this cargo. Reasonable. I don't know if I've ever seen reasonable before. We did lose a chunk of cash. Oh my god, did we lose a chunk of cash. Right, so reasonable from fertilizer delivery from Caen to Debrecen, and we probably did most of our damage. Well, I mean, yeah. So we drove 1,960 kilometers. It took us 43 hours and 25 minutes, probably because of a diversion, because we missed an exit. We consumed 778.41 litres of fuel. We got a base reward of £33,162 and 1,960 XP. We got a proficiency bonus for level 22 of £10,943, a long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 4 of £6,536 and 490 XP. We got our bonus for parking the trailer of 45 XP, which frankly was just spitting into the wind, because we did 11% of damage to the load, which cost us £22,406, and it cost us 1,156 XP. This all leaves us with a grand total of £28,235 and 1,339 XP. What that did mean, though, is we leveled up to level 23. We're now a level 23 master. So this means that the G27 Road Warrior has a lifetime experience of 57,416 XP, and our new goal is 62,500. So thank you for watching with me the first journey on our new computer. Apologies for being quite down, but events in the world have meant that the first available opportunity that I had to do a reasonable journey with this new computer on this profile was slightly coloured by sadness. But if, in spite of my being gloomy and miserable, you enjoyed watching this video, please click the like, thumbs up, click that button. If you haven't already and you don't want to miss another one of these interesting journeys, then please click the subscribe button. And if you have any friends you know might be interested in watching these, then please let them know. And as always, until I see you in the next video, I'll see you on the road.